This is my Freewing Pandora 1.4 meter wingspan RC airplane. And the fantastic thing about this one is you can have 4 RC airplanes in one. So this is like a high wing and tail dragger configuration. And then you have these additional pieces. So this one, then when you have a low wing, you have this one as the canopy part. And then you use this one for attaching the wing. So just by swapping like the top piece and the bottom piece, you can have 4 RC airplanes in one. I just want to show a nice high wing flight on this one, so let's head outside and do the Pandora. Today I have a very nice sky for filming. So usually when you just decide which way to go and film your RC airplane, this is more or less the sky I really want to have because it's a great contrast. So an all blue sky might not be great, and an all gray sky is not great. You want to have some sort of contrast in the sky. This one, you know, as you can see, it just flies really great inverted. Inverted rolls, no problem. That's the way loop inverted also. Has the ample power and good elevator authority to cleanly go into this inverted loop. And the first time I flew this one, I was really surprised how easy it is to move this around in the sky. So in some aspects, kind of reminds me of the E-flite Commander 1.4. Now the Commander is of course a more aerobatic RC airplane, but just how easy it is to move around in the sky. It's like a knife edge circle. Just really clean flying, really rock steady. It is also a little bit odd looking RC airplane with the landing gears quite much forward. But you will avoid nose hovering. Of course, I don't think that an RC airplane in any kind of a tail drag in this size will have any real problems with nose hover on landings. So it is a little bit of odd RC airplane. You have quite much of dihedral on this wing also, which surely helps to do slower flying and when you bank and turn. So, one wheel, interesting. I should just try to do a one wheel touch and go. Another touch and go then. So, I mean, sometimes, this ground is really rough right now. And I'm just fooling around the landings here. Some more cleanly one wheel touch and go then. And the landing gears are really stiff, so don't expect any give to them or just to be any sort of lee room. It just they're just stiff as is. So bounce and one wheel. Kind of interesting, but when you have an RC airplane that you're not afraid of how it will perform, you can just have a good time and play with them, and this is such an RC airplane. It's really sturdy also. Good speed when you push it in 4S. 4S 2200 milliamp battery inside, and I get at least 5 minutes of flight time. I also have an AV and EC inside, so I do have telemetry information from the battery level if I want to. So as you can see, this one just moves around when you fly it effortless, I would say. So it might not be the most prettiest looking RC airplane, not too exciting, because I mean there are so many new RC airplanes that just get all the attention, and then you usually just forget about that there are already many great flying RC airplanes that just performs fantastic. So it's easy to just get swept away by the latest and greatest. There are surely, I mean, this one plane then has been around for 10 years, and it's still a truly great flying RC airplane, even compared to like the more modern RC airplanes. I think this one doesn't lack in any aspect at all. There is no float option for this, I think, but thanks to the landing gear versatility, then I think you could quite easily just do a float modification for this RC airplane. Time's up. Do a touch and go then. Or a touch and bounce. So as you see, there's absolutely no give to the landing gears. If you don't do it perfect, it will just bounce and sound kind of ugly. Let's get this one down then. Very stiff ground today also. This is a truly great flying RC airplane at 1.4 wingspan, and I mean, certainly you could find more agile, more aerobatic RC airplane, but there is something really gentle that I appreciate about this RC airplane. And if you look like this, there's quite a dihedral on this wing. Maybe you not see it right now, but when you fly it, you see it. So it's a really nicely floating RC airplane. And you can certainly just configure this one as a tricycle gear also with a nose wheel, but I think the nose wheel construction is a little bit weak. I haven't broken mine yet, but I'm a little bit skeptical about it, so I'm just keeping this as a tail dragger. But this is a fantastic RC airplane, fun to fly, and you know, 4S in this one, it works just fantastic.